Boston, one of America's oldest cities, will elect both its first woman and person of color as mayor in its November general election. Michelle Wu of Taiwanese descent and Annissa Asabi George, who identifies as Arab Polish American, will be the two candidates on the ballot come November. Both Wu and George served as Boston City Council, as did Ayanna Pressley, the first black woman in Boston's history to serve on the city council, and currently serves as the first black congresswoman from Massachusetts. Boston's acting mayor, Kim Janey, was the first black person and the first woman to assume the office after former Mayor Marty Walsh stepped down to become U.S. Labor Secretary. But Janey and the other two black candidates lost in Tuesday's primary election. Many black Boston residents expressed high hopes that Janey would be elected, marking a substantial change given Boston's long history of racism. While black Bostonians may not see the change they hoped to see, the election of Wu or George will be a sign of change in a city that has previously only elected white men as mayor. Political analysts familiar with the race cite the transformation of Boston City Council, with more women and people of color being elected over the past few election cycles, and an uptick in political involvement on the city's marginalized communities as the catalyst for the progression in Boston's politics. Joining us now to discuss is Boston Globe reporter Meghan Irons. So, Meghan, first, let's just not skip over the fact that this will be historic. Even if it's not a black woman or a black candidate, there will be a woman who is popularly elected by the residents of Boston to be their mayor for the very first time. How big a deal is this?
Charles, thank you so much for having me on your show. I read you all the time, so I'm a fan. Relates to Boston, this is monumental. In 199 years, we've never had anything but a white man as mayor. And for the first time in our history, the city is welcoming a political change. As you mentioned, all of the candidates that competed were people of color. There were 3 black candidates, 1 Arab American and 1 Asian American. And so this is new, this is different. There is excitement in the city for change. There also is disappointment because Boston's black community has been searching and to get into that office to no avail for more than 50 years. They've come close a couple of times with candidates emerging from the preliminary mayoral election into the general election, but they have always fallen short and never have ever been able to, be elected as mayor. So there is a lot of joy in Boston right now for the fact that we will see a gender change. We'll definitely see a person of color in that seat, but for the black, a lot of soul searching and interest where we are as a city.
Let's dig into the kind of response from the black community in Boston. You know, I read a lot of the responses that people gave about racism still being a factor in the city, and that is the reason that, you know, these black candidates did not prevail. Do you give that any merit to those arguments?
It's very complicated, Charles, because municipal election in Boston has been traditionally low turnout affairs. In this particular, 75% of the eligible voters actually voted. The black community did come out in droves in support of the 2 viable female candidates that ran, both city councilors, Andrea Campbell and the acting mayor, Kim Janey. However, their support, they needed much more people to come. In addition, the candidates that did prevail and will go on to the general election, they got a majority of the votes from predominantly white areas of the city. So the race divide is there, but there's still some structural issues around getting people out to vote, getting the Black community to turn up and turn out to vote. There was a little bit, I think, of election fatigue perhaps playing out. I remember on Monday asking people about their interest in the race, and many people in the Black community were unaware of the election coming up. And many people just didn't know who to pick in terms of any of the three candidates, the Black candidates that were running. So it's very complex. There's a bit of racial history and racial dynamics at play in terms of who actually did come out and where they put their support. There's also some traditional barriers that have always hindered Black people from prevailing here in Boston. We have been unique in this, unlike many other major cities, unable to cross that threshold, and get into the mayor's office.
Meghan Irons, thank you for your time tonight. We will continue to follow this story and wait for the results of that election. Your Black History Moment is next.